What's going on, guys? Multiverse Corrupt here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're having a look at none other than Michael Keaton's Batman from the Flash movie by McFarlane Toys. Before we go any further in this video, guys, I do want to apologize for disappearing for 3 weeks. It had actually been one heck of a month, from my child's birthday to being in the hospital. It's nothing major, I'm okay, we're all good, and now we can get back into the reviews. With all that said, guys, starting off this video, we're taking a look at the McFarlane packaging, and as you see, it comes with the classic open face window, black, white, and blue background, with Bat Keaton in the box, DC Multiverse, the Flash movie logo down here, and Batman's name as well. Flipping over to the side, guys, we see Batman Multiverse Batman from the Flash. Flipping over on the back, guys, is this amazing comic image of Michael Keaton in his bat suit, and it does look absolutely amazing. And just with the face sketch right here, he does look like Michael Keaton in that mask. He looks phenomenal. Flip over to the side, guys. Not really much going on other than DC Multiverse and the Batman name again. Nothing going on other than the Flash logo at the top, and then down here at the bottom is the barcode for you barcode guys. With all this other, guys, let's go ahead and rip Bat Keaton out of the box and see how he looks. When Barry Allen arrives in an alternate 2013, he urgently seeks out the expertise of his friend and mentor Bruce Wayne. But one he finds in the multiverse is different on all fronts. Older, long retired from service as Gotham's protector, and somehow even more hardened than the billionaire superhero Barry has grown to know. With a global threat on the horizon, Bruce Wayne must decide whether he can become Batman once more. So right here, guys, is the Batman standing straight up and down on the rotating turntable, and for my first-hand impressions, I absolutely love this figure. Call it nostalgia all you want to, because I grew up watching the 89 and 92 Batman and Batman Returns with my father and my older brother. Every single weekend, we were just sucked into that movie and sucked into Keaton's performance as the Dark Knight. He did an amazing job in both movies, or all three movies, excuse me. I loved him in 89, I loved him in 92, and I loved him in 2023. He is Batman. The way he can just get back into this updated bat suit, be able to turn his head finally, and just overall kick some ass and steal the whole show. Loved Keaton's performance just as much as I love this figure. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and take him off of the rotating turntable and take a closer look at the accessories that he came with. When it comes to the accessories the Dark Knight comes with, guys, he actually comes with a lot more than what I expected from a McFarlane toy. He does, of course, come with a DC base with DC's logo just stamped right there on the front, and even comes with his own trading card. I love this image. It's the same image we saw on the back of the box, and it just looks amazing. Flipping over to the back, guys, is the read-up if you want to pause the screen and read it right now. Always give you guys that little bit of a second. He does, of course, come with 2 fisted hands and 2 grabby hands for his batarang here. I love the silver look. We saw it in the film, and it just looks completely identical. It looks amazing. And right over here, guys, I'm not a big fan of the silver grapnel gun. It's too small. It's not painted. It's not in pretty much hardly any detail on here. Yeah, you've got like the mechanisms up here, but nothing really going for the handle. Now, if you want to be like me and you happen to own the NECA 89 Batman, this grapnel gun is perfect for this figure. And you'll see him holding it towards the end of the video. This grapnel gun here is the spitting image of what I want my Michael Keaton to be holding on to. So I'm definitely swapping out the silver one for this black and gold one here. I just feel like this one is superior. So thank you for NECA Toys having a better grapnel gun. Let's just get that out of here. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and move away from the accessories and zoom in closer to the figure himself to take a closer look at the detail. In terms of detail, guys, they spared no expense on the Michael Keaton Batman. I just love this suit. The sleekness, the overall design and detail within it makes it look absolutely phenomenal. Not to mention that perfectly painted and detailed bat symbol dead center. I love the iconic bat symbol with the yellow background and just the circular bat within it. Now right here, guys, jumping into the head sculpt, I do love how you can tell it is a Michael Keaton's face underneath this mask. It's got a little bit more side-eye than what I wanted for this figure, because looking this way, he still looks like he's kind of going over. It just kind of bothers me, but it's not as bad as we've seen it in the past. And his ears did get warped inside the packaging. When I picked him up from the store, he had perfect ears. And now that I have him, I guess, in transit, he got messed up. I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe just the heat. I can get it to be fixed for just a little bit, but then over time, it just droops back over. Just going to soak it in some hot water. Hopefully, that'll take care of it. Going down here now, guys, to the chest, the logo, the armor. It looks absolutely amazing. I love this figure. I love the detail of the ab plating and even just the overall line designs going across the torso here. Going down here to the crotch now, guys, the black utility belt is something that I want to change. Now, in terms of me changing it, I'm going to do the silver that we have seen on pretty much everybody's to match what was in the film, but I want to see this suit with a gold utility belt. I want the gold utility belt on this suit as well. I just feel like it'll bring it full circle. No pun intended. Going over here now, guys, flipping over here to the back, he does come with a cloth cape, which is very unheard of from McFarlane Toys. I really hope they stick to doing this because I was afraid they'd be using the cheap fabric that you can just see right through it. Yes, you can see through it a little bit, but it's because of my blue background here. If I was to move it over and just look through it at the garage here, I would not be able to see through this cloth. With the naked eye, I still can't really see through it. I can only really see the blue if I'm looking at the camera. So I'm glad to see that they're using a, sure, it's still probably cheap, but it is a decent thick cloth for the capes. I hope we keep seeing these. I love them. I love how it flows in the wind, especially if you take them outside. I want to take some photos of them. It just starts blowing to the side. Looks like iconic Batman. Going down here now, guys, to the boots. Now, the boots is kind of where I get turned off from this figure because the boots have this kind of wash over them. And I am assuming, if you haven't seen the movie, spoilers, but when they fight in the desert, he does get a little bit of a desert mist kind of thrown all over his suit. So I'm assuming that's what they were going for here on the boots. They're just a different shade of black with a bit of a wash on top of them. So I'm not a big fan of that. I'm definitely going to get some matte black paint and just go over the boots just so that way he matches the rest of his uniform. Going ahead, move the cape out of the way, guys. I love the back plates on the back of this figure and even has some extra pouches for his utility belt. They really spared no expense on this figure, guys. He looks absolutely amazing. And then last but not least, guys, let's take a look at these gauntlets. These gauntlets are the same design as the boot as it comes with the line going across it. So I really do love how they kept the detail from the gauntlets to the boots to match. Just wish they wouldn't have done this wash. This is like really what's bothering me out of here. And not so much bothering me, but I would have loved a golden belt in the film and right here in figure form. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and zoom out away from the detail and take a closer look at his size, articulation, and get into some size comparison. When it comes to how tall Michael Keaton's Batman stands, guys, he stands at, to the top of the ears, looks like a decent 7.5, but when you want to take the ears away and just go to the top of the head, he's about the 7.25. So he is that iconic 7 inches that McFarlane likes to do. Let's go ahead and take him off his display base here and move him closer to the camera, jump into some of that articulation. Starting off with the head sculpt, guys, his head is on that ball joint, so he can look up fairly decent, actually really good. I've actually never had him look up before, so he does a damn good job at looking up. Looks down about that far. Thanks to the ball joint, it does rotate all the way around, and he does get beautiful head tilt in there as well. His arms go out about that far, and then they go all the way around. He does, of course, have bicep swivel and double hinged elbows. When it comes to his wrist articulation, guys, they are interchangeable hands, so it does rotate and hinge up and down. Going to his ab crunch now, guys, he crunches forward about that far and crunches back about that far. He does, of course, have a ab swivel as well as a waist swivel. His legs kick forward about that far. They kick back about that far. They get a little stuck due to the rubber buttocks back here, but he can get those iconic high kicks Batman's known for. He does, of course, come with double hinge knees, and then, of course, his ankles go down. They go up, and he comes with beautiful ankle pivot. Starting off with a size comparison, guys, here we have Michael Keaton's Batman standing next to both Ezra Miller Flashes, and the size does work between the three figures. They look great standing together. Next up with a size comparison, guys, here we have Batman standing up next to the enemy, the villain of the film, Dark Flash, also Ezra Miller, and they do scale together beautifully. Once again, still the ugliest figure I have seen in my entire life. Next up, guys, here we have Michael Keaton's Batman from the Flash film, standing next to Michael Keaton's Batman of 1989. And as you can see, the current Batman towers over the classic Batman from NECA Toys. However, I do love seeing these two side by side just to get a feel for the different looks of the suit, just to see how much more advanced it is. And last but not least, guys, here we have Batman standing next to Marvel Legends' Invincible Iron Man. And as you can see, it does not work. Alrighty, guys, and there you have it. Another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my review on the Michael Keaton's Batman from the Flash film, I'm going to have to give him a solid 10 out of 10. This figure is freaking amazing. I love this figure, and trust me, I know it's from a very, very biased standpoint because, I mean, it's Batman, it's Michael Keaton, best of both worlds put together in figure form. I love this figure. Very few gripes from the all black belt and the dusty boots, and even having a less than desirable grapnel gun, but thanks to NECA Toys, we were able to fix that no problem. With all that said though, guys, if you enjoyed what you saw here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. We try to do at least 2 videos a week for your guys' enjoyment. With all that said though, guys, I'm getting out of here. I will see you in the next video.